Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a Spark cluster and submit a Pyspark job using the GCP console. But you can also do this using the GUI from the GCP. So first let me define some environmental variables. And I already create two buckets for this project. These two buckets are going to be called input Spark and output Spark. Right now, in input Spark, I'm going to have two elements, a dataset and the Pyspark function that I will submit. And in my output bucket, I am going to store the output of my Pyspark job. In this case, it's going to be a descriptive analysis using Pyspark SQL and a model that I create using Pyspark ML module. So now we're going to start creating the cluster using the command. This could take some time. Okay, now that our cluster is created, I'm going to submit a job. In this case, I'm going to submit my Pyspark job called testdf spark v2, and I'm going to give two arguments. This is going to be the data frame or data set that I want to use, and this is going to be the output where I want this function to store the data. We can see that now the server is running and is reading our dataset. And now it's going to start plotting some descriptive analysis using Pyspark SQL, and it's going to train a logistic regression model using the Pyspark ML module, and it's going to plot the accuracy and coefficient matrix for that model. After that, we are saving this model and the output of our descriptive analysis on our buckets. So let's refresh this. And we're going to see now that we have a folder with the descriptive analysis for our Pyspark SQL, and also we're going to have our model stored in a Parquet format that we can use later. So if we want to see another way to check that the job has run correctly, is going to Dataproc and check on the jobs to see the logs of our job. We can see that we have one job ID here, and on the log file we can see that the output is the same one that we saw on the command line, so we can also have access through this. Another way of submitting a job is manually using the GUI. So we're going to do it right now. Let me set the job ID. We are on US East 1 right now. Automatically detect my Spark project. It's going to use Pyspark as our job type because that's the language that you use to write it. Let me check for the name. And I need to add the two arguments that I mentioned before. So I'm going to add it in order. Now everything is ready, so we can submit the job, and we should get the same result that we got using the command line mode. So we can see that the job is done. So let's open the log and see the output. And again, we could see that we have the same output. Okay, and lastly, don't forget to delete the cluster if you're not going to use it anymore. Okay, this was a simple tutorial of how to create a cluster using GCP and how to submit a Pyspark job in order to run a task in this cluster. Thanks.